I was reading an article on BBC News recently about some exercise research that made me pause. Not because it told us to do more, but because it quietly challenged the idea that more is always better when it comes to exercise. In a world that often encourages us to push harder, train longer, and optimize every spare moment, I found that reassuring. The research followed a large number of people over many years, looking at how different patterns of physical activity related to long-term health. Two things stood out very clearly. The first was that variety matters. People who moved their bodies in different ways tended to do better than those who focused on just one form of exercise. Walking, strength work, stretching, cycling, swimming, yoga, gardening. Each offers something different. Some support cardiovascular health. Others help with strength, balance, coordination, or joint mobility. Some help us feel calmer or sleep better. Others simply help us feel more at home in our bodies. From a physiotherapy point of view, this makes a lot of sense. Our bodies respond best when movement is varied, rather than repetitive or overly narrow. And from a human point of view, variety is often what makes movement easier to sustain. The second thing that stood out was that there appears to be a sweet spot. The greatest health benefits were seen at around 6 hours of moderate activity a week, or about 3 hours of more vigorous exercise. Beyond that, the benefits didn't disappear. They just didn't keep increasing in the same way. I really like that message. It takes the pressure off. I'm sharing this as someone who has just as many reasons not to exercise as anyone else. Time, tiredness, competing priorities, all very familiar. And like many people, I find it much easier to prioritise things that bring an immediate reward than things that benefit my future health. At the start of this year, I made a quiet commitment to move more consistently. At the moment, I'm aiming for around 3 to 4 hours of moderate activity each week, alongside about an hour and a half of more vigorous exercise. In real terms, that looks like daily walking, usually 20 to 30 minutes, with a longer walk at the weekend, and short HIIT sessions spread across the week. I'm genuinely proud of myself for maintaining that. What I also know is how fragile new habits can be. Life gets busy. Something always gets in the way. And exercise is one of those things that it's very easy to let slip, even when we know it matters. This research feels like a helpful anchor for me. Not perfection, not pressure, just a reminder that regular, varied movement really does matter, and that small, consistent efforts are worth holding on to. And if you're listening to this and thinking you might not be quite moving enough at the moment, perhaps this is simply a kind nudge to reflect on what a little more might look like for you. Not all or nothing, not a complete overhaul, just one small step. Sometimes that's how change actually sticks.